welcome to our Mount Cook vlog. And when we started filming this, I actually didn't know what format this video would take, hence why at the time, because this is from future me, I did not do any introductions or anything. But after spending probably the most amazing week there that we've actually had in New Zealand so far, we decided that we just compile all the clips together into one big sort of weekly vlog, but Mount Cook special edition. Hope you enjoy. Here's the footage. So we are currently driving to Mount Cook. We've been in Timaru today. We've been getting the van serviced and fixing the brake pads and just like a few little things that are needed doing. But on the way, there's a really cute little town that I actually saw on an Instagram reel the other day. It's called Burkes Pass, and it's an old heritage town. So we've just pulled up now. It's really, really small. It's also a Monday, so there might not be lots open, but we'll go have a little look and see, and I'll film a little bit too. Just so much goodness here I want to share and show you, but it's beautiful. Like I keep saying that about everything, so I need to stop. We're saying this the day, like we keep saying beautiful. We need more descriptive words. Leave us some adjectives for beautiful in the comments. But yeah, it's absolutely breathtaking, honestly. Obviously didn't look too much of pictures or videos or anything, and Tom hasn't told me loads and loads either about it, so it was honestly just like a proper first impression. So we've just been trying to soak it in as much as we can, but we're keeping on going now because it is getting a little bit late and we want to get there before it gets really dark. But what that means is the sun is hitting the mountain caps and they're just covered in snow. It's beautiful, they're reflecting the light. Yeah, it's really, really nice. We're very, very happy right now. Everyone, it is, what day is it today, Tom? Tuesday. It's Tuesday today, and we slept off the what of April? The 4th, Tuesday, the 4th of April, and we slept very well, and we've got a little bit of a later start today, which is also fine. We expected it to be that way, because tomorrow we are hopefully going to do a very long and very big hike, so today we just wanted to conserve that energy a little bit. So we are on the Kea Point Track, the Kea Point Trail, and it's only really like a 30 to 45 minute hike up and then same back down again, and we're going to go up there and then come back and then head into the village and do another track today. So we're doing a double whammy.
Here comes Emma. Right, Kea Point. And this is Mueller Lake. The Aoraki in the background. And there's Mueller Glacier. There you can see some waterfalls coming off the edge of all the meltwater, and now the sides of what used to be the top of the glacier, I guess. And there'll be ice in these walls, in this ski slope. I'm trying to remember everything that Rachel Carr, my university lecturer, taught me. Yeah, you can also see like the debris on the lake here. There's some ice under there, and it gives us this like murky green colour, and that's one of my pop quiz words, glacial flower. Thanks, Georgie. Glacial flower, yeah. That's all the ground down rock at the bottom of the glacier mixed with this colour. And then over there, that is Hooker River. So that's water coming from Hooker Lake over the side of this wall. And so that'll be all the meltwater coming from that lake, and then eventually there's a little stream at the front there too.
And this cloud that looks like a spider web almost has just coated the top of this peak, and this peak is called Mount Sefton. So we're walking the track now into the village. So this is from the main car park, White Horse Lane car park, where we've parked our van, and we're walking straight towards the Hermitage Hotel. And the Hermitage Hotel is a very fancy hotel, and they do stargazing tours, which are around $120 a person. Tomorrow we're supposed to be doing the Mueller Hut track, which goes all the way up there, and it's supposed to be raining. So we're going to go and ask at the information point and just see what they'd advise, really. Obviously it will really be dependent on the day, and we're just going to see what it's like when we wake up tomorrow. But things do change really quickly here, and you technically do need to check in and out with the guides or like people that are based in the information point, just so they know that you're up there. So we're just going to see basically whether, I don't know in what situation that they'd really recommend that you don't do that. Unfortunately it's booked up for the rest of the week, books up really early on, and it was really lucky there was even 2 spaces for us, so that's why we sort of jumped on the opportunity, and we were just like hoping and praying it wouldn't be bad weather, but the forecasts don't seem to have changed over the past few days. So this is the Hermitage Hotel, and this one was saying about it's lovely. So we've just come into the visitor centre, and my memory's out on my phone, so I'm on Tom's. But I just thought I'd show you this on a good day, because tomorrow when we return I feel like it will not be very good weather. So this is the view from the visitor centre, and there's a little shop just around here. Tom doesn't normally come included. And then yeah, you can look straight out. I'm just going to try and adjust, there you go, the light level, and you can see the peaks in this window here. So we've just been in and spoke to the lady. It's going to be quite bad weather, and winds we've read now on the forecast that they have at the front every day of around 100 kilometres an hour. So unfortunately she was like, no, do not think you should go up at all. Women will see tomorrow, but I doubt it's going to be changing. So she said to come back and she'll give us a refund if we do have to cancel on the day. So that's actually a really good thing. Obviously it's not necessarily about the money, we want to do it on a really good day, but it's just one of those things, it gets fully booked up so quickly. So we'll just have to try next year, try and just pick a day and just hope for weather like today.
So here's Emma, we've made it to the top point of Red Tarns. Just show you a little bit around. This is one of the ponds over there, one of the tarns. I'm not entirely sure how they got here. I think maybe they were blocks of ice that melted over time. There's a bit of like a valley here from a glacier. You can see some ice still up the top of these two, but very much retreated up into the mountains now. This was a lot longer than we thought it would be.
We said 2 hours at the bottom, a 2 hour round trip. Yeah, so we thought an hour down. And Tom had done it before, so he was like, oh, you know, it's not too hard. Like when we woke up today, we just were deciding what to do. It was like, oh, we'll just do a short one, like not too much effort. But it's so vertical, isn't it? It's all stepped going up, so in that sense it's easy, but the steps are like huge, like, and yeah, just so vertical. So it actually took us about 35 minutes, but it was a long 35 minutes. We didn't really stop, did we?
No, we didn't. We didn't really stop at all. No. We might have a venture up here. This is a little track. There's a circle that goes around the Red Tarns, and we see there's a little bit of a track that someone else has done before. So we might have a venture up here, we might not. Also a quick note that even though it's autumn right now and 8 degrees, we have put sun cream on. New Zealand has a lower ozone layer than the rest of the world, so it does feel super burny once you're up in the mountains. So just to keep on the safe side, we've made sure we've got some sun cream on, and here's one of the Red Tarns. So we've just climbed a lot higher now. We're still sort of near the Red Tarns, but we just up quite a way, and here it's a bit windier and a little bit cooler. We sort of went a little bit off-roading, but there was a track that I followed. Tom took another route up the slope, that I decided to stick to the track so we know where we're going when we get back down. And we think we've sort of hit the top. It might be a little bit further than we can go. But it's great because basically now we can see around the corner of one of the mountains to Tasman Glacier. So we've now hiked up away from Red Tarns up the scree slope. You can see it down here, this little ponded area paths. That's where the paths take you to, and then after this is a bit of scrambling. See like some pictures of what's up there, not sure which one's but this is Mount Oliver you're looking at here. And then after there, that's Huddlestone Glacier you're looking at there, with Mueller Glacier behind this, Mount Oliver. You really get a beautiful view at this point. You can see all of the moraines, the terminal moraines of Mueller Glacier just down there, where they used to expand to, where the river comes out. And Aoraki, with Hooker Glacier behind this mound here, not sure what it's called. And then also what's amazing about being up here is that you get to see the edge of Tasman Lake as well, with some icebergs. So there's Emma enjoying her coffee. So I think I might have finally hit my limit. I can just see actually Mount Oliver peeking around the other side of this hill, so I am quite close to the top now. Do you think that might be the end of the road for me? I don't really fancy doing that on the first.
Good morning everyone, it is Wednesday today and it is really rainy and windy outside. We have had a bit of a write-off day. Like we spoke about yesterday, we're not able to go up to the hut today because the weather is so bad. The wind was just rocking the van. We didn't really get properly sleep, well I didn't anyway, until like 3 AM because then the fridge was clicking because it works off of gas, so the ignition was like coming on and off in the wind. So it was quite something, and we had a little bit of a line this morning as a result, and we've just driven into the main Mount Cook village, so it's literally only like 2 kilometres away, and we think we're just going to have a bit of a steady indoors admin-y type day. My laptop battery is really playing up, so we're going to try and go into the Hermitage in the village to go and try and get some power, so I can fully charge that, get the video uploaded, because just as I was uploading the video to YouTube last night, it decided to die and we didn't have enough power to charge it on the inverter. So we're doing that today. We're gonna try and go to the visitor centre and go and have a little look around. They have like a little museum section, so that'd be cool. Just making our lunches at the moment. Vinny's trying to get creative. We're doing some rainbow wraps this week. So yeah, just having a bit of a boring day, to be honest. Hello everyone, good morning. This is an absolute look for you today. A woolly hat, sunglasses and a bright yellow coat. But it is quite chilly, sort of. It's chilly in the wind and warm in the sun, so the hat might come off soon. But we had a right night last night. It was so windy. I think I said in another clip that they forecast gusts of around 100 kilometres an hour. It felt like it last night. At one point I googled, can my van tip over in high winds, because we thought it was likely, but there was just moments when you wake up and the van would just be like rocking and shaking. It was probably the worst night we've had, and probably one of the worst hopefully we will have, because we were basically just right at the side of the glacier, which I don't think helped matters. We're up and out and we're doing the first little bit of the Hooker Valley track today, and I was just saying to Tom, it's one of the first walks I heard about when I was like researching where we wanted to go in New Zealand, and people say it's just beautiful, so we'll take you along with us. I'll show you some of the icebergs hopefully that we're going to see. We're going to walk to the lake today. I don't know whether you could actually go further. Tom did when he was here, but on all the maps yesterday it seemed to say it was closed, so we'll see. We might actually end up doing this another day, again just like going further if it's open. We were just saying that this snow on the top of this peak was not here the other day, and we climbed up this one, which you'll have seen a little bit of, and yeah, that snow was not there, so that was definitely come overnight. We've ventured off the beaten track and we've come to the side of the river, and it is so quiet down here. It just shows that when people aren't around and you're not near the running water, it's just getting really fast just here, so it's not very far from the first swing bridge. Tom looks so tiny and the mountains look so big. honestly think this has just got to be one of the most beautiful walks I've ever been on my life, like hands down the top. Probably also in the world. Like I literally cannot get over this. I just can't imagine anything topping this. It is incredible. I really, really hope the camera is picking this up and doing it justice, because goodness blimey, like every turn that you take on this path, there's just yet more beauty. Seeing Mount Cook come into view then, honestly just breathtaking. I just think it's so funny because I just think on any other walk you're literally like, oh my goodness, a waterfall, like the best bit of the walk, it's amazing. But then with this walk, you just look at this and mountains around, and I'm sorry waterfall, but you've been relegated to the bottom of the Premier League table. This is who's at the top of the Premier League? Arsenal. This is Arsenal right here. It kills me to say that. I don't even like Arsenal. But this and this, joint top. I think the other really nice thing about this walk is that it's quite flat. Like there's a gradual incline going out to the furthest point, but in general it's quite easy to do, so I just feel like it's super accessible. Obviously you can turn around at any point and all the way along you get really nice views. The toilets! I actually need a wee. It's like a mirage. New toilets have appeared. That is a beautiful place for a toilet. It's competing with Andorra. Right, I'm going to make my way up. Scramble to the loo. You can see another glacier that's just emerged around here now. I'm not sure what it's called. We couldn't see that before because we were around the corner. But we get to see more and more of that. And more of Mount Cook as well. I think we're approaching the third and final, if my memory is correct, final swing bridge. And then we're at the lake, and then we're going to have lunch because my tummy's are rumbling. 1 minute later, here we are, the third swing bridge, which crosses over the river. And then I think we get to a lake the other side. I love these swing bridges. It feels like you're at Go Ape or something, like at an adventure park. But they're free. Don't even need to pay. Hello. Got a bit of wobble. Lots of gushing water. And a wonderful view. My goodness. 30 seconds ago you've got my reaction, but I really just wanted to take it all in. Look at these icebergs just floating in the lake. Wow. We're just on the way back now. It's getting a little bit later because the sun's gone behind the mountains, and I just wanted to show you this view. So quite a lot of this path actually is boardwalked. I would say it's boardwalked. It's sort of above the natural floodplain. I imagine it gets quite marshy under here, which is why they've done that. But I really want to show you Lake Pukaki, which is right at the end of this valley, the sort of deeper blue that you can see. That's the lake that you follow all the way up to Mount Cook village. But it's just amazing because obviously you've got the mountains, which are now behind us. And then you have this river and you have a lake, all in one little vista. So we've been following a trail. We had no clue where it would lead us. We thought it was going to go up and over. Instead, we found a dock hut and no one is here. It's so sweet, and it has an amazing view of Mount Cook as well. Right, but we'll come have a little look. I don't think there's any lights, so hopefully the camera will be okay. So this is like the main sleeping area. As you can see, there's 6 bunks here. So you book it and you don't have a clue who's going to be here. And then this is like the main living area with 2 more beds. A log fire, gas, little saucepan as well, so you can like bring your own pasta and cook it. And yeah, just that you can book it online, come and stay. and see who you're living in very close proximity with for a night. But
there is some water here. It's you have to boil before use, and then there's also a loo over there.
There's even wine glasses.
Even wine glasses.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and this is the view from the window. How sweet.
So it looks like it was there was a sign on the door which said it was built in 1910.
And then it was restored in 2021. So actually only like a couple of years ago. Yeah, I don't know, it obviously looks quite old from the outside, but from the inside, but from the outside actually it's quite new. It's very sweet. And
I think you can book these online. We'd originally booked Mueller Hut, which is $45. I'm not sure how much this one would be. But yeah, you just follow the markers on the way to Hooker Glacier. Follow the orange markers. They come off the boardwalk, and look for the signposts, and you find this.
Hello everyone, good morning. It is Friday today. It's actually Good Friday, so happy Good Friday to all those who mark it. And we are going on a much longer walk today, we think. It's about 10 a.m. now?
Yeah.
Maybe 11. Don't know, I've lost track. I think it might be closer to 11. Optimistically I said 10. And we're setting off on... Quarter past 10. Oh, there we go. And what walk are we doing today? The Sealy Tarns walk. So we're walking on the same track we did towards Kea Point, but then we're turning off, and it's going to hopefully I don't know whether hopefully is the right word, get very steep, so we get a really nice view at the top. The whole point of this walk is that we really want to get some good views. This is the walk you would take to Mueller Hut, which is what we were going to do the other day that got cancelled. So there is a tiny part of us that wonder whether we can get at least close to Mueller Hut today, so we get sort of like the same walk that we would have done if we'd have gone up, but obviously in nicer weather. Okay, so this is the point where the track splits. So Kea Point is literally a few minutes that way, but we are going to try and do Sealy Tarns, the middle one, which says 3-hour return, and then Mueller Hut is just 3 hours. So Mueller Hut is far, but we're in it for a long time and a good time today. We've got our snacks, we packed more, we've got 5 cereal bars, lots of layers. We'll see how far we get and what the weather's like up there, because you can see the mountains just breaking through the clouds now. So we're getting very hot very quickly. The hat has come off, as has Tom's coat, my coat, and soon probably will be the jumpers. But already the views are great. The glacier's just disappeared. But you can see the Hooker Valley, and that's where we walked yesterday. And this is the top, but we were saying it actually doesn't look like too far away, like famous last words. So I just fear there's going to be so much more. There's going to be like a peak behind the peak. These are some of the steps. These aren't even the steepest ones, to be honest, but here you go, a little taster. So these cars down here is where we came from. You can actually see our van. You can see Betty down there, but I'm not going to zoom in because you definitely will not be able to see her. We're getting higher. The jacket has come off. I've now got 2 massive layers on my waist. But I think it'll be worth it, and for some reason I also decided to put a thermal on today. I mean, maybe I'll be grateful for it at the top, but not now. But yeah, isn't this absolutely incredible? I've got a controversial walking / hiking topic for you. Do you prefer to go up or down a hill? I personally prefer to go up. I think it's so much easier. Coming down hurts my knees, but I know for some people obviously it's a lot more effort to go.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know. Tom, what do you prefer, to go up or down? You prefer to go up as well. There you go. I mean, it's definitely more effort, but I don't know. I think I have like a psychological barrier, because in my head I feel like, because I'm quite gangly and tall for a girl, I feel like I find it a lot harder to go down because I can't control my limbs. Whereas up, other than that moment for Tom, is his favourite, and it's my favourite as well. And just like that, we've made it to the top of Sealy Tarns.
1 hour.
In an hour. So I suppose a 3.5 hour round trip would in theory be an hour and a half up, so we've just done it half an hour quicker than what they expected us to. What can I say? We've exceeded all expectations that Doc had of us. And then this is the view from the top, and up here is the path to Mueller Hut. So I reckon we could go for it. Okay, up we go. So this is where we lose the proper path, I think. And we're going up. So we're just having a little break. We sat down for a little cereal bar and a coffee, very needed, and we're just following the track up now. So this track is signposted by the red markers like we spoke about yesterday, so when it's like an alternative footpath, that's how you sort of find your way, but this one is quite busy and very popular, so we're basically just following people up the whole way. But yeah, there's worse spots, isn't there, I think, for a coffee. This is a view.
So that's where we were the other day. Red Tarns is like the little flatter bit, and then that vertical is what I tried to ascend and chickened out because it did look a little bit too challenging for me, but I think we're gonna get a bit further than that to there, and it feels like we're kind of on level terms with it now, if not a bit higher already. But yeah, beautiful view. Been scrambling a bit more now. Got very, very rocky now, so we must be nearly at the top.
And this is Mueller Hut, so this is where we would have been staying if the weather hadn't have called it off, but we've almost made it today. We just met some great guys. I feel like we've been meeting good people today, haven't we, Tom?
We have.
Met a guy called Felix and his girlfriend, and they live in Thailand and they live in Krabi, and we also met someone else earlier that is from Thailand too, so we're saying probably out of a lot of people walking up here, we've definitely found probably the two that live or are from Thailand at the moment. But yeah, we've had a really nice lunch. We climbed all the way actually up to Oliver's Peak, which is just there, and now we're making our way back down. So it's like 3 o'clock now, and we're expecting it to take around 4 hours, hey? Probably to be back. It was definitely worth it. The hike was so fun, like there's so many different gradients and stuff that you go down as you're going around. So like there's this sort of like rocky terrain, and then there is a bit more of a formed path, and you're scrambling for some parts, so it's definitely going to make an interesting descent. Most fun hikes I think I've ever done, you know, without meaning to sound drastic, but yeah, we both would agree that it was so much fun. Yeah, I just think like, yeah, the reward that you get from any walk that you do around here, but this one was just so worth it because this is a side of the mountains that you don't get to see from the bottom. You want to go to there? I don't know whether you can today. Maybe tomorrow. But one last look at this side of the mountain before it disappears and we start to go down. So we're almost down now. We're almost down. We've reached like the point where you can turn off to go to the walk we did, or you go just the Kea Point one. So we're just saying all in all it's about 7 hours.
Yeah.
7 hour return.
It took us 3 hours 20 minutes. We left at 3 o'clock.
Yes.
No, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Wow. So coming down was so quick, but yeah, obviously going up is going to be a little bit longer. 100% worth it. And we're going to sleep very well tonight, and we're going to have some beers and some ciders when we get back, and put our feet up before we start to cook tea, because there's no rest for the wicked when you live in a van. You still got to do all the cooking and navigate all that in a very, very small space. But yeah, all in all, it has been a pretty great day, hasn't it? Very satisfied. Oh, what a beautiful day. Good morning everyone, it is Saturday today. It is the weekend and it's Easter weekend, and don't we know it because it's really, really busy. And we drove out of the campsite for the first time for a few days. Seems like people were coming in, so we're praying that we'll get our space back later. And we just drove around the corner to the Tasman Glacier. So that's where we're sort of starting our walks from today, which is around the other side. So I'm excited to see the other side because we did actually see the Tasman Glacier from up high on the first day, up Red Tarns, but we haven't been on any walks around here. So Tom's done a few of these before. Oh, just one. So we're going to go and yeah, explore a few of the different footpaths around here. So I'm going on the Bull Pass route, and we're taking it a bit easier because we had a big day walking yesterday, like you know, and Tom's foot shin area.
Top of my ankle, I think.
Top of Tom's ankle isn't doing the best today, and obviously our legs are going to be a bit weary, so yeah, we're just going to take it chill. It definitely probably won't be as hard as yesterday, so that's a good thing. This path is going on for a heck of a long time. We sort of like left the bit where cars could come down, we thought, and then thought we'd be at the end of it soon, but alas, here we are, still going. We were just saying that it is really beautiful, like in some ways, this landscape. Like you've obviously got the mountains just there at the bottom, all these scree slopes, but at the same time, I think just compared to the past few walks we've done, we're like, oh, it's a bit boring. It just shows how much we've been treated the past few days. What's this? An arrow! Do you think it's up here? You did say that you remember scrambling. There is a footpath there, look. Do we trust this makeshift arrow? So this is the section that has completely collapsed. So I'll try and get a little bit closer, but it makes me nervous just thinking about it. But yeah, all of this down here, very tentatively stepping, all of this has just collapsed basically. So this was on the same level as here. Hello everyone, good morning. It is Sunday today. It is Easter. Happy Easter. I know you'll be watching this a few weeks back, so that probably won't have as much relevance, but it is Easter and I've just had a lovely morning. It was actually a lot cloudier earlier and I took myself off to the Hooker Valley track, and I just sat and listened to some worship music, did a devotional, yeah, just spent time with the Lord, and it was wonderful. Just felt so stilling but also so joyful as well. Like I've just come away feeling so much more energized. So I'm just seizing the opportunity before we go out for the day. We're actually just going to take it really easy today. We're just going to do the Hooker Valley Trail, maybe even just a little bit of it again. We've just had a lot of days walking, and a lot of distance covered, so we're going to take it chill. But before we do that, I've just sort of seized the opportunity when the sun's out to charge my laptop from the inverter, because the solar are generating a lot of power. The batteries are full, so I just thought I'd show you what my little setup looks like. This is the front of the van. Back there is the back, and down here we have two batteries. We have the main car battery, which is actually under the seat that you can't see from this angle, but this is the leisure battery, and this gets charged by the solar panels, and the car battery alternates depending on if we're driving or not. And this here is our little inverter. It is definitely not the best on the market. This was bought quite last minute by the people who owned it last time, and they didn't want to invest loads because then they were leaving. So we've inherited this little one, and it just has one plug socket. So what you do is, you'll see here the two crocodile clips aren't usually there. That's what we do when you connect the inverter. So we've got the positive and the negative connected to the positive and negative bolts on either side. The inverter's there, and then right at the end you can see my little laptop charger there, and I've got it all the way coming to my laptop. So hello again from future me. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope that you enjoyed some of the beautiful scenery that Mount Cook had to offer, and that it felt like you were coming along with us. Stay tuned next week for another video. I'm aware that we're a little bit delayed and behind schedule at the moment, but we're really hoping to get a van tour up over the next week or so. It's been quite a stressful few weeks, and we'll probably fill you in on that video too. But thank you so much for sticking with us. Please like this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time for some more New Zealand road tripping in our van adventures. Bye bye.